and then you yell at your partner, really, that drop sucked, you gotta practice more. Here's 5 secret tips that all 5.0 players use so you can become one. Tip number 1 is what you should be thinking when dinking. When most players are dinking, there's no purpose or intent. They just hit the ball over, and that's the extent of their thought process. Here's the exact blueprint for what should be going through your brain. Whenever we hit a good, aggressive dink cross court, most players just stand here and look at it. What we should be doing is we should step over, lean in, shrinking the kitchen, and expect to get a ball that we can attack out of the air. That is dinking 101 at the higher level. You saw there, the first 2 dinks, I wasn't able to be too aggressive on because he hit a good shot, so I held my ground. However, on that 3rd ball, I was able to hit it over here aggressively, so I stepped over and expected him to hit a bad shot back. Here's some live reps. Here we go. I'm trying to move him around to get a pop-up. Nice, Ridley. So that one, instead of me going wide, I went middle. I got him to hit a dink like this. I leaned in, I got the pop-up from there. A good thing to point out is we're a team, so we should completely disregard this center line. Some players think that they can't cross over it. If we're playing and I hit an aggressive dink this way, he's gonna shift over to cover the line, and I'm gonna shift over here, completely pinching the opponent and making them feel pressure. If I just stand here, now there's no pressure. They have the middle open. Tip number 2 is we want to shift our mindset with our offensive shots to be percentage based. Meaning, if there's a ball that's 60% in our favor and 40% in our opponent's favor, we have to take that shot every single time. Lower level players have so many windows of opportunity that they let pass right by them. As you get to the higher ranks of pickleball, the only difference is there's less windows of opportunity, but the players take advantage of them the second they present themselves. Where the lower level players will let 1 or 2 opportunities pass in a point, by then it's too late if you're playing in a higher level match. A prime example of this is short returns. If you get a short return off of your serve, you have to drive this ball to make your opponent feel the pressure. You're up here in the point. If you drop it, you get back to here. When you drive it, you further your advantage. Another example is for when we're dinking. If you get a ball that's near the height of the net and you're able to take it out of the air, you need to speed this up. A lot of players will slice it back. This is wrong, so watch this. Dink, dink. I can get it, but I slice that back. Here's what it should look like. So I'm dinking, dinking, get one to tie, flick. The last example that's way worse than the first is this. It's when you're dinking, good, we're dinking, good. He hits a high ball, and I let it bounce, and I recover back here. I see so many players do this, high, and I recover back here. They're at an advantage having the flick, and since they don't take it, they go from being up here to way down in the point, because now they're off their back foot back here. Taking a quick break from the video real quick, subscribe to my channel so I can make more awesome videos like this one. All right, bye. Tip number 3 is for when your partner's hitting a 3rd shot drop, where should your position on the court be? Should I be next to him when he hits it? Should I be up here? Should I be behind him? What's the optimal spot? The proper positioning is this. The second I see that I'm not the one hitting the 3rd shot drop and that it's going to my partner, I want to creep in about 3 steps ahead of him. And I want to be looking at him to see the type of shot he decides to hit. If I see him attempt a 3rd shot drop and off of his paddle, it looks like it's going to be low and give the opponents trouble, now I'm 3 steps ahead of him and I can poach the net and make myself a big threat and presence, putting pressure on the opponents. So if they pop it up, I'm there to put it away. no matter where he hits it. On the flip side, when I'm 3 steps ahead of him, watching his drop, and say maybe he hits it high and it's bad, now I recognize that and I back up and now we're together. But I want to be 3 steps ahead in case he hits a great ball so I can apply pressure. Here's a demonstration. It's only us 2 at the courts, but you'll get the point. So I'm 3 steps ahead of him, watching him, he hits the drop. It's good off his paddle. I'm here to apply the pressure. Here it is the other way if your partner hits a high drop. So I'm still 3 steps ahead of him, I'm watching him, really hit the drop. Oh, it's high, I get back. And then you yell at your partner, really, that drop sucked, you gotta practice more. Tip number 4 is being able to recognize when we should lean in and shrink the kitchen, when we should pull back and be more defensive. Whenever we're at the kitchen line and we hit a dink that's aggressive, meaning we think it would give our opponents trouble handling it back, like these, like that, or like that. As soon as we hit one of them and it comes off of our paddle, we want to go from being here to leaning in after it. Since it gives our opponent trouble, we're going to assume that they're popping it up. So we're not going to wait here to reach for it. We're going to be all the way out in front. So we're shrinking the time they have to react. On the flip side, if you hit bad, dead dinks like these, lofty in the kitchen, that you know your opponent will most likely attack, you don't want to be out here, you're going to get hit in the face. You want to be back here preparing for defense. So if they attack, you have quicker hands, able to react. Here's an example of me being the aggressor. So we're dinking back and forth. Okay, I get an aggressive dink right here. Lean in, pop up. Yeah. Here it is the other way for when I hit a bad dink. So here we are, we're dinking. Ridley hits an aggressive dink. Here it is, Ridley. I pop it up. My paddle's here, ready? Woo! 5.0 players are able to recognize when either they or their partner hits a good aggressive ball and they lean in, or if they hit a bad ball and they lean out. So all throughout the point, they're constantly going from here to here, depending on what happens. Here's live gameplay of how we would do it if we're in an actual game. So pay attention to when we're leaning in and leaning out. Here we go. Jumping out of the video for a second, I have to tell you about today's sponsor, Victory Insoles. They're a brand that's been around forever, but are just getting into pickleball, and they have a seriously sweet product. Wearing these make you feel like you're walking on water, especially after a long day, like if you're in hour 3 of pickleball. Check out the link in the description down below. I have a discount code for 20% off. Tip number 5 is a mental tip that's completely changed the way that I see a match. Let's say we're in a tournament and we're playing a game to 11. I'm gonna break up that game to 11 into 2 mini games. So first team to 5 and first team to win. Whichever team reaches 5 points first, whether it's us or them, I'm going to stop with my partner and assess what they did to either reach 5 points before us or what we did to reach 5 points before them. Let's pretend my team is winning 5-2. Which strategies / patterns have we been following that's given us success in the points? Let's stick with that for now and be intentional about it as the game progresses and keep on doing that until we're forced to change. This will help you think more logically about the game at hand and not let the opposing team run away with it and blow you out. And it also won't allow you to veer off from the plan that's working and have you do stupid stuff. Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, make sure to click here to watch me play Ben Johns and Annalie Waters.